going on, everybody? Welcome to LipServiceInk.com, Literacy Magazine. My name is Thais Mills.
I can get inspired by pretty much anything. A walk in the park, something I see or read in the news, everyday events with family, friends, a great book, a good movie, nice music, anything, really. And then it depends, there's the other side of it when I collaborate, for example, with musicians or producers who would approach me with beats or tracks where they want lyrics on them. And then it depends, you know, from then in what mood it puts me. Or titles. I love titles, you know, books, anything, you know, the way it sounds, a titled sound, or the way it looks on paper when you write it down. It's like a seed, and then it starts to grow into the final product, which is, you know, the song or the story or the movie or whatever it is. Yeah, titles, things I'm surrounded by in everyday life, or hints and ideas I get to collaborate with other artists. Ooh, I love reading, you know. As a matter of fact, here, I mean, I read anything, everything. This is just a little tiny fraction of my books. I have books everywhere in the house. There's a closet over there filled with books. Downstairs, a huge collection. In my garage, in my basement, I have like 2 boxes filled with books. And I download them on my tablet as well. It's a great thing. I mean, and I read anything. History, science, politics. I love, for example, biographies of politicians, entertainers. I love comics. I read anything. I like Dracula by Bram Stoker's, or Frankenstein, or I like Kafka. I like historic books about history. Believe it or not, I have like a few school books, actually, from back in the day that I just kept. And what else? One of the last inspiring books was about Bernard McFadden, and I think it's called Mr. America by Mark Adams. And it's about fitness and bodybuilding and diet. That really changed a lot. I started around late 2009, early 2010 with fitness and working out every day. My eating habits changed drastically. And the late, great Bernard McFadden has to do with it a lot. So that was a great book. You know, I remember my wife read, after I finished with it, I gave it to her, she read it too, and that's a great book. I recommend that to you. And reading is so important, you know, it expands your mind and widens your horizon. The last book I read was, I believe, Lion in the White House. That was my summer book that I had, and it's about Teddy Roosevelt. Awesome book, a really great book. So there you have it. I know you asked, what's my favorite book? And I gave you a million books, but that's how it is. Open-minded, and so much to see, so much to do, so little time. falling into business, I don't know if it's falling, but I've always wanted to be in show business. Not necessarily the business aspect of it, but just to create, being a creative force. Since my early childhood, starting with my parents, both of my, my mom and dad, they were very much into music. They collected music. My father was a film buff. We used to go with him all the time to the theaters, watching movies and stuff. My very first public appearance was about 1989 in a show where I imitated Michael Jackson. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but yeah, back then I did. That took another like 2-3 years, and then I found a TV show called Rudi Carell Show, a German show that is pretty much equivalent like American Idol or The Voice, where people get to choose, vote for you. But the premise of the show is not you just go there and sing songs of others. No, you imitate the people. So you dress up like them, you get the makeup, the clothes, everything, the choreography, how you move, the voice, and then you do a proper imitation performance. And that was my very first TV experience. And then from then on, it just, the ball kept on rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling, and it's almost now 23, 24 years since I started really performing, and here we are. I love traveling. It doesn't matter where. I mean, you can't really ask me to choose what particular place or country. Entertainment industry is, the touring, the traveling, and I did that quite a bit. It's just, to explore, experience other countries, other people, traditions, cultures, especially the foods. Well, the message that I had with that song was about optimism, hope. It was written around the time of after 9/11 and the tsunami that happened in 2004, Hurricane Katrina, the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, the constant and continuing famine that's going on in Africa. Yeah, there's a We Are the World, Heal the World, Earth song type of vibe going on there underneath. But on the other hand, it's a little love song, of helping one another. You're not alone in the world. And don't you always look at everything is so gloomy and dark, and it's not a matter of a glass half full or half empty. It's just be thankful and grateful that you have a glass and there's something in it. Open up your heart and just never give up and never lose hope for as long as you live. And that's pretty much it. I remember writing that song in a matter of like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It came to me and I just wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I had all this stuff going on in my head. So that's what Open Up Your Heart is about.
Make a new start in the world this morning. See if you can't help a friend, baby. I've got to give it all to you. You know we have to make it right. What they say, I wanna be by your side. Open up your heart, let there be love.
New Orleans. Of course, the French Quarters, Bourbon Street, the cemeteries. I love cemeteries, and I know that New Orleans got some cemeteries. Yeah, the French Quarters and the cemeteries. Those are like the two places I would love first to see. Acting. Yeah, well, I knew acting was for me when I had moved to the United States. When I was still living in Europe, it was to me it was all about music at the time. But growing, I was always a movie enthusiast, you know, a collector, movie buff. I was always drawn into movies. And as I answered previously, through my father, who was a die-hard movie fan, I started getting more and more interested in acting as I was here in Hollywood, and you know, auditioned for different bits and parts, extra roles, supporting roles, and independent and small films. I did lead parts as well. So yeah, that's something that I can see in the future. I collected a few experiences throughout the years, and it's been now about, let's say, 10 to 12 years that I really got into it off and on. But I'm on my way back to get full force into it. That's something I can see doing in the future.
How do you know my name?
You should not have published that paper. You should not have made that speech tonight.
It is the truth.
No, it's disrespectful. It's an insult against my country.
But Turkey is still a democracy.
Yeah, we voted, and me and my brothers, we decided to kill you. No, shh, don't move.
This is crazy. Have you even read my paper?
What for? Even if what you wrote was true, who wants to admit that? I mean, we don't want the world to look at us the way I look at Germany. Get into film and acting. So we'll see. I love films. I love storytelling, acting, everything about the movie business. So that's something that really interests me a lot. He's a very bright boy, not only because he's my son, but he's very creative, talented. He already got some experience. He worked on a music video. He worked as well on a documentary, or appeared in it as an extra, as a little thing that he did on camera. I think it was for Zeitgeist, the third episode. He did some modeling, some photo shoot. He did a few auditions, and he's aware of that, but he's very curious about design. In terms of film and video games, he loves film, he loves video games, not only playing, but the way they're made, the way they're created. He would often just sit and watch the behind the scenes, you know, the documentaries. He reads the instruction booklets and stuff, how certain things are made. If he wants to do that, I think the future in computers and designs and stuff like that is bright. And if he wants to jump on that wagon, hey, I mean, I support him 100%. But if he wants to get into acting, I support him as well. But right now he needs to focus on his education first, and that's something he can do, you know, aside. But hey, when something comes up, why not? First thing that I always notice is the eyes. You know, there's a lot of personality in the eyes. Great smile, the lips. I like confident women, you know, never shy away from challenges and adventures, who are open-minded. Love a great conversation. somebody who is sophisticated, got some great knowledge about anything and everything, open-minded, adventurous, not too boring. I don't like boring. Somebody who's confident, talented, hopeful, optimistic, bright smile, and sexy, very sexy. And I'm lucky that I have somebody who got both combined together. So there you have it. Yeah and no. We met that way. We started out as a long-distance relationship. I was in Germany, she was in the United States. And that went on for about nearly 2 years. You know, I would come over here to the US for 2-3 months at a time, or she would come to Germany and stay over there for 2-3 months at a time. Yeah, I mean, over a decade later, we used to it, but it's still kind of hard, you know, to communicate every day, and so that's a little, you know, that makes it a little easier. You can cook me whatever, you know. I tend more to a healthy vegetarian type of food. Like I like tofu a lot. You can cook anything with tofu, I eat it. I like fish, sushi, like the Asian cuisine, for example, I love. The Mediterranean cuisine, Spanish, as in Spain, Portuguese, Italian. Oh, Italian is one of my favorites. You can't go wrong if you make me some old-fashioned mamma pasta and salata. It's all good. Greek cuisine, Turkish cuisine, North African cuisine. So I like more veggie and healthy stuff. And anything with that was fine to me. Why? You wanted to come over and cook? And how to play him? I mean, often I get asked, what do you think when you're on stage performing as Michael Jackson? When I am on stage and I hear the beat, like, first I get out there, all I see is him on stage. What I see is Michael while I am on stage performing. So it's basically, I'm sitting watching TV. That's how it came to be over the years. So I'd be sitting watching Michael doing his thing. And that projection is what bursts out of my body. That's how I saw it, you know, that's how I did it. And what I see is what I do, and that's how I was able to do every single nuance and detail that he was doing on stage. It was hard, but over time it became to me like riding a bike. And even today I could bust a move, like it's just in me, you know, doing it 10 years, over and over and over. I did a lot of shows. I do it in my sleep. Lots of practice. Watched a lot of videos. I think it's been years now that I have seen anything Michael Jackson. I don't need any videos and DVDs anymore to watch. It's all in here, seriously. You know, next to seeing him so many times and watching him practice and rehearse and giving concerts. Wanna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. You're gonna make it turn, gonna make it right. When I went to the history tour, when I was backstage and on tour, you know, just to stand on the steps and watching him. I think like I know this guy inside out, you know, creatively, how he ticks, you know. I remember after performance, one of the best compliments, I think in my opinion was a compliment, was this one guy came up to me and he was like, "Phew, man, you had like every single detail, like you were singing and stomping with your legs and stuff, and I could see like in your hand, like even like your fingers were like working, like all that, like in the face expression and all that stuff." Yeah, there was a lot of details that goes into Michael Jackson besides singing and the hair and the clothes and all that stuff, but the body movements and body language, and you know, there's a lot. Going to a movie together, or going to a theater together, or going to a gallery together, or start out going to the somewhere, you know, and then go have dinner, and then a nice bath together, or go for a swim, the pool or a jacuzzi, massage, okay, you know, giving each other massages, and what kind of question is there? There's so much, I don't know, I mean, I have a million ideas. We don't even have the time to explain and go through that. Drive out somewhere, picnic by the beach, watching the sun go down. Is it raining outside? Okay, stay in. Popcorn, a movie, fireplace on, or listening to classical or jazz music and prepare a nice dinner. I'd cook a 2-3 course meal, you know, nice wine and cheese, and just sit and have a beautiful conversation. There's so much I can do, you know, for a date. Going to a nice winery, having somewhere an evening picnic outside at the park. There's so much stuff. I mean, there's so many ideas. You know, come up with something where you always surprise her, something that is unexpected, and that's something I love to do. So yeah. Well, what's next? That's a good question. Who knows what's next? Although I'm a person who pretty much lives in the now, but there will be a new single coming up. There are different projects, film and arts, photography and stuff, book, a video arts project. There's plenty of things, but the first thing, what's next? A single. The single is coming out shortly, and then who knows? We'll see. So far, I'm enjoying myself. Life is good, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, come on. Give it to me. Every smile you gave, the promises you made, every night you stay, I wanna feel your love. Hey girl, the speed of love you give me, that's what I need, girl. I like the way it should be. I like the way it should be. Gotta make some love tonight. I need you to hold me tight, 'cause the speed of love will bring me. Hey girl, the speed of love you give me, that's what I need, girl. I like the way it should be. I like the way it should be. never love you.